What's going on, everybody? My name's Eli, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, it's now August, which means people that are in this year's application cycle for dental school are going to be preparing to get interview invitations. So if you're watching this video, I first want to say congratulations, because that means you are most likely in this year's application cycle and maybe even have already received an interview invitation. So congratulations on that. I wish you the best of luck. I wanted to do a video on some interview advice, especially for virtual interviews, which is what I had to go through and what you may have to go through this year. For people who aren't familiar with interviewing virtually, I figured I would do this video now, make sure that you guys are able to have this as a resource for when you get that interview invitation. And also, some of the tips that I give in this video can apply to both virtual and in-person interviews. So if you're looking for how to ace your dental school interview, whether it be virtual or in person, stay tuned for this video. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. So my application cycle was unique in the sense that I applied during basically the height of the coronavirus pandemic, meaning that all interviews that I had were virtual, and most of the schools that I applied to, I was not afforded the chance to visit before I had to make a decision of where I was going to go to school. Given that now the Delta variant is starting to run a little rampant, I know of some schools that are already switching back to some kind of hybrid online learning, and there's looking like there's a chance that some interviews may be virtual this year. So here are my tips of what to do before your dental school interview, how to ace your interview whether it's virtual or in person, and what to do following your dental school interview. So first, let's talk about what you want to do before your dental school interview. There are a few things you want to do to prepare, make sure that you're ready for your interview day, whether it be virtual or in person. So first thing you want to do, research the school that you're about to interview for. You want to know a little bit about the school, including why you applied there, what you like about the school, maybe what you like about their facilities or their curriculum. Be prepared to answer a question like that. Why? Insert this school's name here. So why Boston University? Why Howard University? You want to have an answer for the school that you're about to interview at. As you're researching the school, develop some questions that you're thinking about asking your interviewer. Remember that this interview is for them to see if they like you, but it also gives you a chance to see if you like them. Especially if you're going through a virtual interview process, this may be the only time that you get to really feel out the school, because you may not get the chance to visit it in person like you would if you were having an in-person interview experience. So develop some questions, ask them the hard questions. What do they think about diversity? What are the chances of being accepted into a specialty? How do the students perform on their board exams? These are all questions that you want to be asking the schools, because it's going to matter when it comes time to pick what school you want to attend. Also, before your interview, you want to look over your application, know what you put on there. It shouldn't be such a daunting or tedious process as long as you don't lie on your application. But just be prepared to be asked anything about your application, whether it be some of your extracurricular activities, some of your volunteer experience, your shadow experience. Be ready to answer any questions about what's on your application. And practice your answers out loud. It sounds crazy, but you may want to practice talking in the mirror or have a family member give you a little mock interview, but you just want to rehearse saying your answers out loud, especially to those high yield questions like, why did you choose to pursue dentistry, or why did you choose to apply to this school? And last but not least, see if you can hop on Student Doctor Network and figure out some intel about the interview. Try to find out whether it's a closed or open book interview, what type of questions they ask, what the kind of like the vibe of the interview is. Like, is it a informal type of interview, or is it like a really hard drilling questions type of interview? Just see anything you can find online. I think Student Doctor Network is a good resource when it comes to looking for stuff about interviews at schools, but just do a Google search in general and see what you can find online. Now, What do you want to do on the day of your interview? First things first, get a good breakfast and get some energy. You want to be alert and awake all day. If you're having an in-person interview experience, you're probably going to have activities for the entire day. But if you're having a virtual interview experience, you want to be alert because you know that looking at a computer screen can be tiring. It can cause you to become drowsy, and you don't want to be in the camera falling asleep or looking uninterested. Body language is very important, so make sure that you're awake and alert for your full interview day or virtual interview process. Dressing and looking professionally. Now, I know that a lot of people have different ideas of what they think looking or dressing professionally is, but what I can say is, for men, get you a nice suit, a nice tailored suit. You don't want a baggy suit. It's not 2004 anymore. Get you a haircut, clean up the facial hair a little bit. You don't want any body jewelry probably, or I usually wear earrings, but I take them out for professional things like an interview. Yeah, everything about appearance matters for your interview. You're making a first impression, so you want to dress accordingly. Lastly, be confident in your answers, and what's most important is be yourself. I know that the interview experience can be very stressful and you feel a lot of pressure to ace your interview, but you want the school to like you for who you are, not who you're pretending to be. So in your interview, be yourself, answer the questions truthfully and honestly, and if the school likes you and wants to pick you to be a part of their incoming class, then that's perfect. But you don't want to put on some facade that you're going to have to keep up for 4 years that's really not reflective of the person you are. So it's much more important to just be yourself in your interview, answer the questions honestly, and let the school decide how much they like you or don't like you. There will always be schools that may not really feel you the most after your interview, and that's okay. But what you want to do is make sure that you're being yourself. At the end of the day, they already know what's on your application and you have made it that far. Now it's just about seeing what kind of person you are. Now, after your interview, there's a few things you want to do and some things you want to avoid. So you definitely want to make sure you send a thank you email or note to whoever you interviewed with. It's very important to just close that loop and let them know once again you're very interested in the school and you're so thankful that they brought you in for an interview and you can't wait to hear back from them. Also, you want to keep an eye out on your email for any kind of future events that the school is having. I know that when you have a virtual interview, sometimes the way that they do things is they'll break up the regular interview day into many different virtual sessions that may be different days and different times. So you know how during an in-person interview, you may have your interview for 30 minutes or an hour of the day, but the rest of the day you're doing different sessions, campus tours, and things like that. They will most likely have other virtual tours and stuff that they may not mandate for you to attend, but it will be important for you to attend those things. So make sure you're keeping your eye out on your email and making sure that you're on top of what the school is doing. Lastly, be patient. Don't blow up the admissions committee's email every 3 days. Understand that they have a very stressful process when it comes to accepting students, just like we have a stressful process when it comes to applying. They're looking through thousands of applications, trying to narrow down their class to a size of anywhere between 50 and 200. So either way, no matter how big the school is, they have a lot of applications to go through and a lot of people to consider. Understand they're not going to forget about you, especially if they brought you in for an email. Just be patient. Always, stay on top of your game, but you don't want to be blowing up their emails or blowing up their phones, especially when there's not much that you're gonna say that's gonna expedite the process. So be patient, understand that your time is coming, and stay on top of everything. So once again, for everybody watching this video, if you applied this year, if you're watching this video because you have an interview coming up, I wish you good luck and congratulations again. Applying to dental school is not easy, and I understand that putting yourself out there with the fear of rejection is something that scares a lot of people. So trust the process, go through your interview and kill it. I know you will, and I wish you all the best of luck. Once again, make sure you like, Comment on the video if you have any questions, and subscribe and share the video. We're almost at 300 subscribers. We're moving fast. School is starting soon, so I'm getting a lot more videos regarding dental school itself out to you guys. I appreciate you all for watching, and for those who are subscribed already, thank you so much. It means a lot, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Peace.